Rush Limbaugh is an entertainer. Rush Limbaugh, his whole thing is entertainment. Yes, it's incendiary. Right. Yes, it's ugly.
It's time, Mr. Steele, for you to go behind the scenes and start doing the work that you were elected to do, instead of trying to be some talking head media star.
We're back with our panel. Democrats and liberal groups are doing their best to handcuff Republicans to Rush Limbaugh. Take a look at part of a 30-second spot from Americans United.
Who was the leader Republicans hailed as a hero last weekend? Was it Sarah Palin?
No.
Bobby Jindal?
No.
Michael Steele?
No.
Mitch McConnell?
No.
Then who? Not Rush Limbaugh.
Yes.
Is that effective, Ariana?
You know, I honestly think that you should not be underestimating your enemy. And I think that Rush Limbaugh is the massive, shiny object that Jon Stewart talks about that distracts us from the real enemies. The people who are really falsifying reality are the people that Democrats and anybody who cares for this economy need to be challenging. The people who are saying that it was not George Bush and the Republicans who got us here. We need to understand how we got here in order to get out of here. And as it's going to take longer than anybody hopes to get out of this mess, it's important as people are losing patience to understand what's happening.
Nancy, is she right?
Well, I obviously disagree with her assessment, but I mean, clearly we can debate, and I would love to, how we got to where we are. And actually, let me answer one of Ariana's earlier points and say that the thing that George Bush did wrong, and that Republicans as well as Democrats did wrong, is they spent the taxpayers' money carelessly. It was a taxpayer-funded party for 8 years. Now, my problem is that President Obama is George Bush on steroids when it comes to spending. He has met him and raised him, and he's added, like I said, tax increases into the mix. If he were advocating economic policies that were good for this country, I would support him. I have supported him when he's talked about things like entitlement reform. But when he advocates things that are bad for Americans, it's people's duty to challenge him. That's patriotic.
Nancy,
Stephanie?
Barack Obama is doing the exact same thing he said during the campaign. 95% of Americans are getting a tax cut under this plan. It is the top 1% that is finally paying their fair share. Larry.
How can they pay more than 70%? They already pay.
And are we pretending that George Bush's policies didn't get us where we are?
No.
We inherited this recession.
These policies,
Hey, Larry,
Stephanie forgets about that energy tax that's included in there that's going to hit the poor harder than anything else. This is crazy. And Ariana's view that in this bipartisan administration of Barack Obama, that if you disagree with the president, you disagree with the Democrats, all of a sudden you're the enemy.
Exactly.
Isn't that the kind of talking that we were told was not going to happen in this new administration?
Exactly. And you know,
the point I made, Lars, is to distinguish Rush Limbaugh's role in what's happening from the role of all those Republicans, including you, including Nancy, including Karl Rove, who are going on the shows and are basically falsifying reality, falsifying facts, having no new ideas about how to get out of this mess. These are the people that we need to be challenging, because it's that kind of talk that is completely misleading the American public.
How does President Obama fail without America failing?
Let me get a break, and we'll pick right up with Nancy, and more to come on this edition of Larry King Live.